A couple of weeks ago, DeepSeek shook the entire AI world, leaving the biggest tech giants scrambling for answers. With just a fraction of their budgets, this relatively unknown company managed to leap ahead, disrupting an industry dominated by trillion-dollar corporations. So, how did DeepSeek shake up the AI industry overnight? The answer lies in a secret weapon that no one saw coming. Let's break it all down.
DeepSeek is a Chinese AI startup that was formed in 2023 and spun out of a hedge fund.
Back in 2023, China was facing a major problem. The Biden administration had just passed the CHIPS Act in a bid to limit China's access to the most advanced AI chips in the world.
U.S. government. Under the Biden regime, the U.S. government passed unprecedented tech sanctions against China, hoping to contain the country's rise.
To slow down China's AI development, while boosting semiconductor manufacturing in the US. These chips were the lifeblood of cutting-edge AI research, and without them, many believed that China's AI industry would struggle to keep up. But instead of seeing this as a roadblock, DeepSeek saw an opportunity. If they couldn't rely on the most advanced chips, they had to find another way. So, how did they pull it off? To build cutting-edge AI, you need powerful chips, specifically NVIDIA's H100 GPUs. And that's where their secret weapon comes in. While OpenAI and Google DeepMind were burning through hundreds of millions of dollars on NVIDIA's latest hardware, DeepSeek decided to take a different route. Working with Chinese semiconductor firms, they developed a whole new class of AI hardware. But they didn't stop there. Instead of throwing money at expensive chips, they focused on something smarter, software-driven resource optimization. In simple terms, they figured out how to squeeze more power out of the chips they already had. Think of it like this. Instead of getting a bigger, more powerful car, they found a way to make their existing car go farther, faster, and more efficiently. They skipped the ultra-expensive high-power GPUs and used a mix of locally produced GPUs and TPUs customized for energy efficiency. But here's where it gets really interesting. DeepSeek developed advanced networking techniques, making smaller, low-power chips work together, like a swarm of tiny AI processors acting as one. And with low-bit precision computing, they were able to cut down on energy use without sacrificing accuracy.
But in theory, if we can make it to consider subsets or have ways to reduce...
Put simply, DeepSeek didn't need high-end NVIDIA chips anymore. They had built a system that worked smarter, not harder. And the best part? This efficiency wasn't just good for business, it was great for the environment too.
Different technique, which is apparently, based on the data so far, a lot more energy efficient and efficient in terms of the chips that it might.
More efficient AI means less strain on energy grids and lower costs for companies that intend to integrate AI into their systems. However, DeepSeek's real breakthrough wasn't just with the hardware, it was in how they trained their AI models. Traditional AI training is expensive. OpenAI admitted that GPT-4 cost over $100 million to develop, and future models could cross $1 billion. But DeepSeek did it in just 2 months with $5.6 million, while using far fewer chips than their US counterparts. That's 50 times more efficient than the top US models. So, how did DeepSeek pull this off? First up, instead of updating every single parameter in a neural network, DeepSeek focused only on the most important ones. This cut down on unnecessary computations. However, hardware efficiency wasn't their only advantage. They took ideas from quantum computing and applied them to AI training, making the whole process faster and more efficient than ever before.
Itself. It was able to achieve a 2x improvement in speed, completely discovered by itself.
Also, when training their DeepSeek math model last year, they found remarkably cheaper ways to create large datasets. For example, they took a free dataset called Common Crawl, which is essentially a huge collection of documents scraped from the internet. As a result, DeepSeek was able to train its models faster while using less computing power. Then, in January 2025, DeepSeek officially launched its flagship AI model, R1, and what happened next? No one saw it coming. R1 wasn't just competitive with GPT-4, it outperformed it.
What we found is that DeepSeek, which is the leading Chinese AI lab, their model is actually the top performing, or roughly on par with the best American models.
It mastered multilingual reasoning and excelled in Chinese, Japanese, and multiple European languages. It also went head-to-head with Google DeepMind's AlphaCode in mathematical problem solving. And when it came to AI-assisted programming, it left OpenAI's codex in the dust. And the most shocking part? DeepSeek was able to achieve this with an estimated $6 million budget, compared to OpenAI's $100 million for GPT-4.
It took Google and OpenAI years and billions of dollars to build the latest AI large language models, but now a Chinese research lab has built a competitive model in just 2 months with dumbed down GPUs for less than, get this, $6 million. Not billion, $6 million.
And to make matters worse, when their flagship AI model DeepSeek R1 was launched, it caused the largest single-day stock market loss in tech history. Silicon Valley was caught off guard. They had spent trillions chasing bigger models, but DeepSeek proved that a smarter, more efficient approach could achieve the same results for a fraction of the cost.
I think the processing power issue is there's an element of which you're going to still have to have the current.
NVIDIA, the world's largest AI chip maker, saw its stock crash by $600 billion in a single day. Investors panicked. Microsoft and Broadcom lost billions in valuation practically overnight. If DeepSeek could train a top-tier AI without NVIDIA's most advanced chips, what did that mean for the future of the AI hardware industry? Meanwhile, OpenAI was in full crisis mode. They launched an internal investigation trying to find out if DeepSeek had somehow used unauthorized outputs from its model to train R1.
The cold hard truth is, despite all of America's efforts to stop China, Chinese factories are dominating global manufacturing on a scale not experienced by any country since the United States after World War II.
Here's the part that really shook OpenAI. DeepSeek made its AI open source. This meant that anyone could download, modify, and use it for free. This was a direct challenge to OpenAI, which had started as an open source project but later switched to a closed system. And this was only the beginning. DeepSeek's victory wasn't just a win for one company, it was a paradigm shift in AI development. For so many years, the dominant belief was bigger is better. Bigger models, more data, more computing power.
In the case of artificial intelligence, we are well ahead, 2 or 3 years probably of China.
DeepSeek shattered that belief, and they proved something no one expected. You don't need an insane amount of money or thousands of GPUs to create world-class AI. Custom AI hardware is on the rise, with more companies ditching NVIDIA for specialized chips.
If the United States can't lead in this technology, we're going to be in a very bad place geopolitically.
OpenAI is now scrambling to develop GPT-5, hoping to reclaim its position. And guess what? Industry insiders say that OpenAI and Google may have adopted some of DeepSeek's techniques to train their next-gen models. Meanwhile, DeepSeek is already working on R2, its next-generation model that's rumored to be even more powerful and efficient than R1. And here's the big question. With DeepSeek proving its capabilities, the geopolitical AI race has just entered a new phase. Is DeepSeek the future of AI, or will OpenAI make a comeback? One thing's for sure, the AI race isn't just about raw computing power anymore. It's about who can build the smartest, most efficient AI. And right now, DeepSeek is leading the way.